On behalf of GKN Hydrogen, Guido and I would like to thank the Economist for enabling us the opportunity to present. We are very excited about moving the sustainability agenda forward, and we'd like to talk to you today about how hydrogen can indeed enable a sustainable future. The compelling reality is this: we have a $90 trillion world economy that is based on 80% hydrocarbons. And it is undergoing a significant transformation with the goal of driving decarbonization and net zero. In parallel, we have world energy consumption that will nearly double between now and 2050. Whether it is the EU, whether it is the United States or other countries, many of them have set targets to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by a minimum of 55% plus. We see continued growth in the global microgrid, which is forecasted to be over $30 billion by 2027. And lastly, we see the continued proliferation of renewables and growth that will ensure that it will drive the advancement of storage solutions because they will be critical to managing this renewable energy and successfully integrating into the existing infrastructures. As we have learned over the last month, future energy portfolios require resiliency, diversity, and security. And renewables will be at the nexus of addressing and enabling a new energy future. Whatever renewable energy technologies exist, to actualize this resiliency, diversity, and security, advanced storage technologies will be paramount to support their transition, viability, and ubiquity. Why is hydrogen the answer? There are two primary reasons why hydrogen is the answer. First, from a technological perspective, and secondly, related to the economics of the new hydrogen economy. First, let's discuss the technical optionality that hydrogen provides. First, it is 100% sustainable. Secondly, it is versatile. It can really manage in multiple energy pathways. Thirdly, it is transportable. Fourth, it is very easily storable and provides an energy buffer to increase system resiliency. All these factors are highlighted by the graphic on the right, which takes the renewable energy coming from sun, wind, biomass, and any other renewable source, takes it through an electrolyzer, which converts it to hydrogen, where it is stored, and then through the fuel cell, it is converted back into electricity and can be fed into the different aspects of that is needed within that demand. So, from a technological perspective, hydrogen storage is here. From an economic standpoint, the cost curves continue to improve, as highlighted by both Lazard in their recent report on the levelized cost of hydrogen and Marco Alvaro in his book, The Hydrogen Revolution. The economics improve as the penetration of renewable energy increases and electrolyzer technologies improve from a bespoke model to one that is based on standardization through industrialization. Today, renewable energy comprises approximately 19% of global energy. There is consensus among leading experts, including Bloomberg and McKinsey, amongst others, that renewables will contribute a minimum 50% of the world's electricity by 2050. This is highlighted in the graphic, where we see on the y-axis what will happen with hydrogen demand as a percent of electricity, and on the x-axis, the increase in renewable energy as percentage of the electricity demand. The result? This will lead to the need for hydrogen storage to ensure that the global economy can leverage these sustainable generation pathways. And green hydrogen can provide approximately 8% reduction in emissions. Multiple forecasts exist, but they all lead to a very similar conclusion. The time is now to transition to the hydrogen economy. As we have seen, the tailwinds and trends are clear. However, the other underlying factors accelerating hydrogen as a solution are geopolitics, technology advancements, and increasing demand. The planet will add 2 billion people, and thus the need and demand for energy will increase exponentially. In parallel, countries will step up efforts to become less dependent on fossil fuels and hydrocarbons from unstable resources. Take Europe's new Repower EU program, which was recently announced. It is focused on moving away from countries like Russia, which account for over 45% of their energy. The EU is expediting plans to increase renewables, hydrogen, and de-risk their energy portfolios. Clearly, we can't afford any more rhetoric. Hydrogen must no longer just be part of the discussion, but rather part of the solution. I will now hand it over to Guido to give you a little bit more insight and detail related to green hydrogen from renewable sources. Guido?
Thank you, Bruno, and hello as well from my side. So let's talk a bit about our contribution helping achieving zero emission goals. As we know, one of the major challenges we have is that renewables, that the supply and demand in renewables does not match. That's where we as GKN comes in. We have a missing piece. We have the storage. We developed and industrialized over the last 9 years an innovative technology to store hydrogen safely in metal hydrides. And this is real technology. As you see on the picture on the right side, that's a demonstrator we just delivered to Australia, which will be installed in the next couple of days. So finally, we store green hydrogen from renewable sources, and with the key attributes, we are green, we are safe, we are compact. So let's have a look to other storage alternatives and how we compare. And for that comparison, we have chosen lithium batteries and high pressure vessels as the most common ones. And we have to start in the first comparison with safety, as safety is our ultimate number one goal in our business. And therefore, this is valid as well for our products. Metal hydrides are the safest way to store hydrogen, and the atoms are locked in the metal sponge. And when they are locked in, they are converted into a solid state. That means they are no longer a gas, and therefore they are highly safe. So our storage is the safest storage on the market. As we talk quite a lot about sustainability, we also have to talk about recyclability. And our storage is made of 100% just standard metals, which means also this system is 100% recyclable. Robustness and reliability is another key advantage of our system, and a long lifetime can be guaranteed as we have no movable parts. We are storing at a very low pressure. We do not need any compressors, and therefore we can guarantee that lifetime as well as a very low OPEX over the whole time, which is a good comparison or a good advantage to the others. A few comments on the key advantages against batteries, which are remarkable. First of all, we can operate our system in all levels. We can run the system at more or less down to zero load. We can run the system wherever you want. Another great feature is we have no capacity fade. That means we have no capacity loss. And we have proven that technology in the last 10 years on our test rigs. We have more than 4,000 cycles, and we can measure less than 1% capacity loss, which is really remarkable. Another key topic is we have no self-discharge. So even if you store the hydrogen for a couple of years and you do not touch them, even after a couple of years, you have 100% of the storage you loaded from day one in, which qualifies that system quite good for seasonal storages or long duration. So this is all no science. As you see, the TRL is quite high already. The solution is commercially available now. That's a good chance to look on the next slide, where I want to walk you through our current product suite. So we have a couple of different systems. We call them Hydro Mini, Medi, and Mega. And the Mini and Medi system are full energy management systems. They contain an electrolyzer, the storage, and the fuel cell, where the Mega system is designed more for large-scale applications, where we just provide the storage, include the heat management, so you can involve or you can embed that system into larger installations. A couple of key figures. The Mini system stores up to 25 kgs, which corresponds to 425 kilowatt hours. The Medi already up to 120 kg, which corresponds to 2 megawatt hours electrical energy. And the Mega, it's quite impressive. It's the largest metal hydride storage on the globe, stores 260 kg, which is an equivalent of close to 9 megawatt hour of energy. So the size of the system drives also where we can apply, in which market we apply that system. And you see on the map below, here we have mapped a couple of markets to the applications. And you see clearly that the smaller ones are more for backup systems, smaller commercial buildings, microgrids. And the larger ones, the mega systems, are more for industrial use where you can scale. It could be data centers or as well maritime applications. So where do we apply our solution? As said before, it's a modular and scalable system, so we have a wide range of possible applications. And our primary focus today is stationary storages because of the weight, unless the application is not very weight sensitive in the mobility like maritime transport. And here it's an advantage to have a heavy storage in the ship. And but all the rest, we remain with stationary systems. Today, we have plenty of project installations where we'll show on the next couple of slides. But here we have also great value propositions, a good set of value propositions, which helps to solve customer issues. Let's start from maritime transport. If you are on a ship, you need to have a safe solution, you need to have a reliable solution, and you need to have a compact solution. Maritime, by the way, is anyhow the great case, as it is a large contributor to the CO2 emissions. And here, upcoming legislations try to avoid that ships with diesel propulsion comes into harbors or to fjords. So they need to search for alternatives. And hydrogen is a great opportunity, as you can burn hydrogen directly in engines, or you can use fuel cells to have an alternative propulsion system. Maybe a second one, like power backup systems. Here we have also a wide range from antennas up to large data centers. And here for sure you need to have reliable systems. You have a long lifetime. You need to have digital accessibility. These are typically systems which needs to be managed in the fleet. So you see we have a good set of value proposition and a good set of scalable systems which applies for every need. So it's real, it's no science, as said before, and therefore I would share with you a couple of case studies where we demonstrate our technology. And the first one I selected is 100% off-grid. These are alpine shelters in the Alps, very rough conditions, very extreme conditions at more than 3,000 meters above sea level, where we are installing a 2 megawatt system, providing energy during half of the year, during the summer months, complete autark. Great opportunity to demonstrate how robust our system works. Another great example I personally like is e-charging system. It's in Germany at a large residential or commercial building, and here we have the challenge that the infrastructure cannot cope with the demand of the fast-growing e-charging infrastructure. And here we offer a system which acts as a range extender for a battery and provides as well 2 megawatt hours of electricity. Great opportunity to demonstrate the capability. Let's move on the next slide. And here we have another good one. That's a system demonstrating or simulating microgrids. That's in the NREL, that's a National Research Institute in Colorado. Here we applied 2 of our mega system in a landscape where we have mega scale electrolyzers and fuel cells. And here we clearly demonstrate how a microgrid in the future could run. Finally, backup power is around. We have critical infrastructure. We have infrastructures where we are off-grid, and backup power is really important for us. And the system you see here is in Australia. It's already there. And this is really to demonstrate how you can run backup without diesel generate sets. So finally, what is in summary? The energy transition is coming. Hydrogen and hydrogen storage will be a key piece of that, and our storage solution will help support the storage piece with green, safe, and a compact solution. We as GKN feel well positioned for that journey because we have 9 years of hydrogen expertise. We have a very strong digital culture in our business, which is important for our future systems, to embed them in the landscape, to be predictive, and to have this artificial intelligence. We are financially strong, backed up. We have already strong partnerships in place. We have more than 50 top talents already on board, which helps us to develop all that stuff. And we have already demonstrators up and running, and all of them are performing really well. Anyhow, as we embark, we need to create a strong hydrogen ecosystem, and we are looking for even more strong partnership on the customer side as well on the supplier side and technology. Therefore, I would like to end the presentation with a quote of Yoda I like. There is no try, do or do not. And we as GKN, we do. Thank you.